It's great to be here. I think you're in for, we're all in for something tonight of going way back to the early days of Fairport. And I've had to think back into those years and remember first encountering Fairport and the first things that we did together. And it was very strange because I was an American who'd just come to England, and part of the reason I came to England was to get away from all these terrible American singer-songwriters. And I was looking for something more authentic. And so there I ran into this group. I was taken down to a strip club in Gerrard Street to look at this group. They were playing, and they were playing all these American songs. They were playing American singer-songwriter tunes, but with this English attitude. And I kind of liked some of this stuff after all, but I'd run so far to get away from. And of course they had this 17-year-old guitar player. And I booked them for a gig at this club I was running called UFO, and they did a version of East West, the Butterfield thing, and Richard took a solo, which at that point I said, this is what I'm going to do for the next few years. And the next few years were great fun, because working with them in the studio was always an adventure. I remember certain moments. They wrote a song about Bruce Lacey, who was this mad kind of goon-like inventor who had these robots. And so we said, hey, let's get him to do the solo. And so we had to go out and find Bruce Lacey, bring him down with his robots, have him run the robots around the studio, follow him around with a microphone, mix it into Mr. Lacey, which is on the first record. And so many other things that I remember, like Unhalf Bricking, which is one of the greatest albums I've ever been associated with, I think. Chairs to imitate a washboard, played them with his drumsticks. And he had a couple of, a milk bottle on top to be the cowbell. And we came to the little turnaround, the little rhythm break. He played the chairs, went to hit the milk bottle, and the milk bottle fell off onto the floor, smashed on the floor exactly in time. And that's the break you hear to this day on that record. And it's ironic that a group that has as much humor and it was much fun and it took as much joy and everything was so touched by so many terrible events in their career. But I like to think that on a night like this that you know, the shades of Martin and Sandy and Jeannie are looking down with approval here. And one thing I discovered in later years was that I was spoiled as a producer to work with musicians as incredibly good as these ones. A lot of times I've been in the studio and wished I had them back. Anyway, I hope you have a great time tonight. Fairport Convention.